The film opens 10 years after the Battle of the Breach, in which humanity defeated the kaiju by sealing the entrance into our world. Jake Pentecost is the son of Stacker, but he doesn't see himself as anything like his dad. Jake is a former Jaeger cadet who now makes a living by dealing Jaeger parts in exchange for goods. Jake goes to a decommissioned Jaeger scrapyard with 3 thugs that he's hustled in search of a very valuable Jaeger core. The thug leader forces Jake at gunpoint to find it to pay off what he stole from him. Jake finds that the core is missing, but his tracker is picking it up. He tricks the thugs into a trap and chases after someone who already has the core. Jake finds that it's an orphan girl, Amara Namani. As the authorities arrive, Amara boards a Jaeger she built and calls Scrapper, and Jake follows. A Pan-Pacific Defense Corps Jaeger, November Ajax, chases after the two, but Amara pilots Scrapper to get them out. Jake tells her to use one of Scrapper's batteries to disable November, which works briefly, but the two are caught anyway. Jake and Amara are in a cell when Jake is called in to speak to Mako Mori, Rinko Kikuchi, who is the PPDC's general secretary and Jake's adopted sister. She gives Jake a choice between going to jail or training new Jaeger cadets. Jake makes up his mind, and Mako says he's already set, and that Amara will be a cadet too. The two are sent to the Hong Kong Shatterdome to begin training. Jake meets his former co-pilot and Gypsy Avenger, Nate Lambert, Scott Eastwood, with whom he now has a strained relationship with. Amara then learns that Jake is Stacker's son, as she is a fan of him and Jaegers in general. Jake also meets Jules Reyes, Adria Arjona, a soldier that he becomes attracted to. Nate takes Jake and Amara to meet the other cadets. She isn't happy that Amara has gotten into the program based off the PPDC being impressed by her building her own Jaeger, when it took Vic 3 tries to get in. The cadets begin their training by testing out their drift compatibility. Amara doesn't do well at first and is discouraged. Jake and Nate talk in the kitchen and agree to stay out of each other's way. The Shatterdome is visited by reps from shale corporations, including its CEO Liwen Shao and Newt Geisler, who is now her head of research and development. Their plan is to quickly deploy a large number of Jaeger drones around the world, which is viewed as a threat to the PPC. Newt reunites with Herman Gottlieb, who brings him to the PPD's research lab to show him a vial of kaiju blood, which may be essential in the development of the drones in making thruster pods. Herman also tells Newt that he still has nightmares of when they drifted with the kaiju brain. Newt then leaves to go reunite with Liwen, who tells him to stay away from Herman so that she doesn't have to question his loyalty. At the PPTC, Amara and Vic get into a fight, with Amara actually managing to overpower Vic, despite being half her size. The fight is broken up immediately by Nate. Jules enters to tell him that Herman deciphered Mako's final message. It's the location of an old Jaeger facility in Zemlya where Obsidian may be operated from. Jake and Nate ride Gypsy to the facility, where Obsidian attacks again and destroys the facility. The two manage to overpower Obsidian this time and rip out its central core. Gypsy pulls off Obsidian's head to reveal that it was being operated by a kaiju brain. Amara and a few cadets sneak into the wreckage of Obsidian Fury. Upon inspection, Amara finds a tube with a show logo on it. As she cuts into it, it leaks acid that severely burns another cadet's arm. She is subsequently kicked out of the program, to her disappointment. After she expresses that she doesn't belong, Jake tells her not to let what other people think of her define her. As Amara leaves, the other cadets express their regret, and Vic sincerely tells her to build her next Jaeger bigger. The drones are set to be deployed to PPT Shatterdomes around the world. However, they are quickly taken over by kaiju brains, making them look like Jaeger kaiju hybrids. They begin to attack the Shatterdomes, killing many and wrecking almost all the other Jaegers. Herman rushes to find Newt to stop this, but when they reach the lab, Newt initiates a program in the drones to prepare them to open breaches around the world to unleash more kaiju. Newt has been planning this for the last decade, after his mind has been corrupted by precursors, kaiju creators, after drifting with the kaiju brains for so long. Herman tries to stop him, but Newt gets away. The drones begin to open the breaches and kaiju start to crawl out from the ocean depths. Liwen manages to shut the drones down and keep the breaches closed, but 3 kaiju have successfully gotten out and are making their way into Japan. In the lab, Herman and the others determine that the kaiju are headed to meet Fuji, because it contains rare earth elements, and when mixed with kaiju blood, will create a violent reaction that sets off the ring of fire and activates all nearby volcanoes to destroy humanity and bring forth more kaiju. The PPTC gets set on bringing in reinforcements to repair Jagers and get the cadets ready for battle. Jake and Nate meet with the cadets and prepare them with a speech from Jake, much like his father did in the past. He and Nate board Gypsy Avenger, while Amara joins Vic and another cadet Embracer Phoenix, along with Guardian Bravo and Saber Athena joining. They lift off using Herman's rocket thrusters, with the kaiju blood and rare earth elements as fuel. The three kaiju are already attacking the city. The Jagers arrive and start fighting back. Unfortunately, Newt uses his tech to merge the beasts into one mega kaiju. This one proves to be insanely powerful, causing casualties within Guardian and Saber. It manages to overpower all the Jagers before it starts heading toward Mate Fuji. Nate is severely injured, and Bracer is down as well. Nate ejects himself to allow Amara to join Jade for them to co-pilot Gypsy. Lowen arrives with Scrapper and uses the last rocket to help Gypsy head toward Mate Fuji. The Mega Kaiju moves closer and closer toward the volcano. The cadets decide the only way to stop it is to send Gypsy soaring right into it. Once they reach a high enough altitude, Gypsy is sent hurtling toward the beast. Jake and Amara struggle to free themselves, but Scrapper gets them out in time. Newt tries to initiate Plan B, only to get knocked out by Nate. Jake and Amara land safely and celebrate their victory. The last scene shows Newt in custody, vowing revenge and swearing that the kaiju will return, and that the precursors will destroy the world. Jake enters and promises that humanity will be ready to fight back, bigger and badder than ever. The movie then comes to an end. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy content like this, kindly subscribe for more.